Hey, what's up guys? Jamie gets here with another episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's stand next to your fire. So, yes, this is episode 4, I believe, and this is a pretty awesome episode, I gotta admit. This season so far has really been on par and really pretty freaking awesome because having the Ghost Rider in this show is making it that much better. And it's really making it a lot more dark and a lot more grittier like the Netflix shows, so which is very good. Because you can never, it's never a problem when your shows become like, become like this. It's cool to see them kind of transition from that to this new kind of franchise, this new different take when they're getting, and it's kind of showing like, yeah, the show is getting older, we can go a little bit farther and do some different things. But yes, so Let's Stand Next to Your Fire was a pretty, interesting episode, I gotta say. There's a lot of awesome things that happen in this one. Let's start with, the car chase between Lola and the Hellraiser, I believe. I'm not sure that's right, but the Ghost Rider car versus versus Lola. It's pretty cool because when Mac and Coulson see like, ooh, we're tracking Daisy, maybe this is where she is, and then they run into Ghost Rider and it's like, that's the guy. Mac is like, yes, I know that guy, and we need to go get him and stop him, and that cool car chase is pretty cool, and how they eventually stop him in the end, I really did like that. When Ghost Rider Robbie just drives into the back of the Quinjet, so I thought that was pretty funny. A lot of comedic moments also through this season so far. Even though we're only in about 4 or 5 episodes, it's really been interesting to see, both sides of that parallel. Well, both sides of that, the funny and the serious dramatic tones. But and it was cool to be, to see their first actual confrontation with Ghost Rider, because Coulson doesn't know this guy. He doesn't know Robbie at all. And Mac, he's just only had the one glimpse, which was in episode 2, when he just when he saved Fitz and completely killed that ghost. And it's just like, whoa. Because when you see a flaming skull guy on, flaming skull, kill a ghost, you're gonna be pretty like, huh? So it really does make Mac really just like, holy shit, this guy is serious business. So it really does up that, and I really did like seeing that. So definitely it was really cool to see that kind of interrogation stuff. And then Coulson's like, all right, you know what, let him out, he's not our enemy, so we need him anyways, because the ghost lady is after something, and they're like, okay, so we need you to go talk to your uncle because you are the only one that will be able to get him to talk. And so throughout the course of that, they'll find out, oh, okay, let's figure this out. And so then he's like, yeah, it's after this this dark book. And it's like, what? And that kind of leads into episode 5, which is next week's episode. Wow, whatever. So it was cool to see that kind of that transition happen to like that, where it's like, ooh, so now we get to know a little bit more about next week, and this will continue over there. And yeah, I'll tell you this, the special effects kind of at the end of the episode where you see her hands go like into that guy's head, it didn't look so great in my opinion, but it wasn't like a huge deal, but it was just like, yeah, that looks like shit. It might have been just me, but it didn't really look good. But I guess it's a TV budget, you can't really blame it. They don't all have like the big budgets like Civil War and Star Wars and Suicide Squad and Dawn of Justice. But yeah, so now to the other side of the kind of the big episode, which is where we see May. Oh wow, there's also the May thing. The May and the fudge. Sorry guys. The robot. The life model decoy. There it is. The LMD. And how they have to like kill her and bring her back to life. It was a really cool and interesting thing that they did with that character and how they did it. It's really cool to see that actually happen, because it was just like, holy crap. That's like ballsy because you're killing off one of the bigger characters, but then, you know, bringing it back. So that's kind of like, oh, you know, Marvel trope, you know. But so yeah, but so then and then they go through that whole, well, that happened in last week's, and so we kind of learned about that a little bit more. It's like, yeah, okay, so, you know, May is kind of like getting used to this this new thing that's like, whoa, okay, so that'll be interesting to see. You know, it's like, okay, and this is the test. If Ida can, you know, make sure that May doesn't find out that she's an LMD, you know, then we'll be fine, you know. And she doesn't. She thinks she's a normal human. That's pretty cool. And then I come get her at the end of the episode. It's like, yeah, Simmons knows right away. It's pretty funny, actually. But and it was also very cool to see the Simmons and Skye storyline, which is where Inhumans are being tracked down and hunted by the Watchdogs, or, you know, random groups of people and stuff like that. So they're like, okay, we need to go figure out what's going on. We need to stop this. And then they run to the guy from last season, the other flaming dude, and it was really cool because he is working with the Watchdogs, and it was like huge twist. Like, it really kind of was like, oh fuck, you know, it's like insane because he was so like against everything that was happening with that. So he's like, yeah, you know, but then I guess he was under the mind control of Hive, so there's a lot could have happened. But definitely, I really did like seeing that happen, and I really did like that twist, and it was very cool to see him and Ghost Rider fight, because when everybody saw that train, people were thinking, oh, Ghost Rider, and some people were like, no, it's just that guy from season 2, and then people were like, well, why would they show that? But no, it was pretty cool to see that fight actually happen. I'm surprised that Ghost Rider didn't kill him or anything, but, you know, shit happens. Like, right away or anything like that, but, yeah, like I said, shit happens. And so, but I really did love that fight, and it was really cool to watch, and that Ghost Rider CGI is not even bad. I think it is amazing, and I am surprised they're using it as much as they are. And I'm hoping they continue that throughout the rest of the season, and because, like, because it happened both in episode 1 and episode 2, and now in this episode. So now my question is, are they going to keep using it? Because we're more than likely going to have to. So what, you know, will they keep using that and all that stuff? But definitely I did like seeing that happen, and it was cool to see Simmons have to work with Skye and, well, Daisy, sorry, them actually have to work together after they've been apart for so long. So yeah, that's about it, guys, for this episode. It was pretty awesome. Really did love this episode, so I'm going to definitely give this episode 5 out of 5 winks. Definitely pretty cool. I couldn't have asked for a better episode. This season has had a lot of awesome episodes. This series is awesome. Hopefully it continues to strive, and and I hope the rest of the season is as good as the beginning part. So yeah, guys, that's about it. I'm Jay Wink, and I'm winking out. I'll see you guys later.